If you are a volleyball fan and you are not planning to watch Brazil this summer at the VNL, you're doing it wrong. What are you doing? You're missing out. I'm going to break down exactly why the seleção, I think I'm saying that right, I think that's Portuguese for selection, why they need to be on your radar. I'm going to give you a little history of the team, I'm going to break down some of the best players, and put on your calendar some of the most important matches that you have to watch. So let's get into it. Before we talk about where Brazil is going, what they're gonna do this summer, let's talk about where they've been. Let's talk about where Brazil stands right now in the world of volleyball. Currently, Brazil are ranked number 2 in the FIVB World Rankings. They got a bronze medal at the Paris Olympics 2 years ago now. Gosh, has it been 2 years already? Holy moly, time's a flying. And they got a silver medal last summer at the VNL. They lost to Italy in the final. So keep that in mind as we talk more. And last summer at the World Championships, they got a bronze medal by beating Japan in the final in a 5-set thriller. So that is 3 consecutive tournaments where they have medaled Olympics, World Champs, VNL in the last 3 years. Elite consistency. And to give you even more historical context, Brazil have 6 Olympic medals overall. 2 of them are gold from the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, 2012 being my personal favorite. For obvious reasons, I think. I don't know, maybe not obvious. You don't know me. You don't know me from a stick in the ground. Is that an expression? London Olympics. Best one, but I'm biased. Brazil also have 6 World Championship medals. 4 of them are silver and 2 of them are bronze. They're 12-time World Grand Prix champions and 23 times they are South American champions. Basically anytime there's something happening below the equator, they're your gals. They are the best team south of the border, period, for the most part, usually. Bottom line is Brazil don't just show up, they medal almost every single time. So let's have a look at some of the star players on this team. First and foremost, and I don't think you can make a single list about players to watch without this player being on it. You know who I'm talking about. It's Gabi. The Gabi. She's the outside hitter, she's the captain, she's the heartbeat of this Brazilian team. She's nicknamed Miss Everything for good reason. You're going to get that roundhouse attack out of her. You're going to get some really quick, rapid defensive plays. You also get her servant leadership style. So she is just leading by example with everything that she does. She's 2-time Olympian, silver in Tokyo and bronze in Paris. And she's playing currently for Conegliano, which, as you know, if you watch this channel at all or you listen to me talk, Conegliano are one of the best teams in the world, and they just took a bronze medal at the Champions League Final Four just a couple of weeks ago. And if you haven't watched that match between Conegliano and Bank in the semifinals, go back and watch it because it was one of the best probably ever. No. Yeah. Maybe. Could be. I don't know. It was great.
Gabi again, 3rd match point. Vakif Bank looking to get back. There might be a lift. There is no lift taken. This is a chance to get back to 2. Vakif Bank is struggling to close this out. They might have a chance now. Boskovic hasn't had a turn. She now has a turn. There's a net touch. Vakif Bank Istanbul produce one of the greatest comebacks.
Gabi is also the VNL 2025 top scorer for Brazil. She's 32 years old now, but she is just leading by example. She's pretty much the standard of excellence. If you ask anyone in the volleyball world who is one of the best players in the world, or who's the best player, who's the best outside hitter, or who do you want to play like, or who is your idol, or who is your fill in the blank, Gabi is on everybody's lips. Usually. Okay, before I get into any of the other players to watch, I highly recommend that you like this video so that the algorithm knows what you like and it sends you more videos like this, especially because we have a big summer of volleyball coming up, and I'm going to be on site pretty much every single week. No, yes, every single week, but not every event, obviously, because there's 3. You can't be in 3 places at once. But I'm going to be giving you all sorts of insider scoop from boots on the ground, so you're not going to want to miss that. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to know when we do any kind of giveaways. And if you head over to Instagram or TikTok, we are always doing player interviews, BTS, days in life, just silly. There's a lot of silliness going on over there that you will probably enjoy. I know you well enough by now. You'll love it. Oh, and we also have the Volleyverse hub up and running. That's where you can vote for your favorite players, for your favorite teams. You can pick MVPs for certain events. All that's happening on the Volleyverse hub. So there's going to be links, all kinds of links for you. But for now, let's get back into the video. The next player that I'm going to have you guys keep your eyes on is Julia Bergman. Again, an outside hitter. She's 25 years old, born in Germany, but her mother, I believe, is Brazilian, so she has dual citizenship. And she chose to play for Brazil. As you can imagine, Brazil is one of the best teams in the world. Why would you not? She was Brazil's top scorer in the VNL last summer. I think she had 202 points, 9th overall in the entire competition. She currently plays for Turk Havayolari in Turkey, and she was the 8th best scorer in that competition all season long. Part of that VNL silver medal team, the bronze medal team from the World Champs as well. She's one of the most promising players right now for Brazil in terms of their younger, but also experienced players. She's right there in the middle. She's still young, but she's got some experience already, so keep your eyes on her. Anna Cristina is also another player that you're going to want to watch. And again, we're sticking with the outside hitter theme, apparently, today. 22 years old, and she is pure firepower. She was putting up numbers like 26, 27 points in the VNL last summer before she went down with an injury. I believe it was meniscus, her knee, and we didn't see her again for the rest of the summer. We didn't see her at the World Champs. And she's only played pretty sparingly with Fenerbahce this season. There's only one match where she scored over 20 points. So probably still on the mend, not quite 100% back to where she was. But when she is fit, she is one of the most explosive players on the entire team. Now we're getting to the middles. Now this is the fun bit for me. Julia Cudés. I think she's one of the best middles in the world right now. She's absolutely dominant, especially in the block. Last summer against Canada, one of the matches in the VNL, she had 8 solo blocks. That match, she finished with 16 points and 80% efficiency, like hitting 800 and getting 8 blocks. I mean, all of the 8. It's 8 infinity. You know, it's kind of like, must be a lucky number for her. I don't know. One of the most effective blockers in the entire Brazilian system. Interestingly, she's never played outside of Brazil in her club season, but she already signed to go play for Novara next season. They finished 4th in Italy, and she's going to be joining the likes of Britt Herberts of Belgium, Lena Alsmeyer of Germany, Sara Bonifacio of Italy. It's going to be a pretty stacked team. In the opposite position, one of the players you would maybe want to keep your eyes on is Rosamaria. She's actually a former Novara player, 32 years old at this point. So not young. She definitely has some experience, and she's also getting more experience this season because she's playing in Japan for the Denso Airy Bees. 2-time Olympic medalist, Tokyo and Paris. And last summer, she didn't have huge numbers. She was putting up sort of like 6-7 points per game. Not getting any more 6-7 content out of me. But the reason she's not getting those huge numbers is because Brazil do not rely on their opposite quite as heavily as some of the other teams do. I mean, think Italy, think Turkey, they're throwing that ball to the right side nonstop. Whereas Brazil run a very different style of offense. They're going more outside pipe. They're running that faster ball. And finally, in the setting position, Macris, 37 years old and still going strong. She's the veteran orchestrator of this Brazilian offense. And she's back playing club volleyball in Brazil after spending a couple of seasons in Turkey. Multiple time best setter in the Brazilian league and really, really fast hands. Also, again, 2-time Olympian. So she's bringing that stability for this squad. All right, some of the matchups that are going to be really fun this summer. First of all, right off the bat, first week, it's going to be Brazil versus Italy. June 7th in Brasilia. Mark your calendars. This is the game to watch in week 1. It's a rematch of the VNL final from last year where Italy won 3-1. That was in Poland. But now Brazil are going to be on home soil. The crowd's going to be electric. It always is. Also keep your eyes out for Pikachu because they have fun down there. They have fun, that crowd. I think Brazil's going to be super hungry for this win, not only because Italy are the reigning Olympic, world, and VNL champions, but also because I don't think that Italy are bringing their strongest squad from week 1. So this might be a huge opportunity for Brazil to just get that W, get them one step closer to securing a spot in the final with a win that they might not otherwise have guaranteed if they played Italy later on in the summer. It's the ultimate revenge match, and it's happening in week 1. Watch it. I hope that I get to call that one. I'm going to be in Brazil. I mean, I'll be there somewhere. I'll be either calling the match, play-by-play analyst, or I'll be down doing the interviews on the sideline. But either way, I'll be watching it. Matchup number 2 that I am excited about is Brazil versus Japan. That's happening week 3 in Osaka. Brazil beat Japan in the World Championships bronze medal match, as we mentioned. That was a 5-set thriller. It was wild. So Japan are going to be fired up for a little bit of revenge on their home turf. And keep in mind that Rosamaria plays in Japan, so there's that storyline. Also, if you think that Brazil run a fast offense, Japan run even faster. There's just a lot going on in this match, so you're not going to want to miss it. And the third matchup that I am excited about, Brazil versus USA. That's happening on July 11th in Japan. Again, week 3 of pool play. The USA are more often than not one of VNL's top teams. They are a powerhouse in the world of volleyball, and they're one of Brazil's biggest rivals. Last summer, these two faced off in week 1 in Brazil, and it was a pretty easy 3-0 sweep for Brazil. But keep in mind that last summer was the experimental summer for Eric Sullivan. He brought a young team, gave some playing time to a lot of different players. He gave some rest to some of his Olympians. This summer, however, having seen the long squad, there are some returners that will be causing a ruckus to anyone on the other side. I'm talking about Jordan Thompson in particular, among others. But if USA brings their #1 squad from the very beginning of the summer, I think it's gonna be a very different matchup. Since this match is happening so late in the summer, in week 3, it could end up being one of those make or break matches between a team getting into the finals and not. A real heavyweight clash. So to sum it all up, Brazil are ranked #2 in the world right now. They medal at every major tournament. They have a captain in Gabi who is one of the greatest of our generation. Some young, exciting players in Anna Christina and Julia Bergman. And they also have a squad with some experience and a lot of hunger to try and get that VNL gold medal. The storylines are there, the players are there, and with week 1 kicking off in Brasilia, you know all the fans are gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. You should be there. If you're not there, you should be watching. Whatever you do, make sure you're watching Brazil at the VNL this summer. You won't regret it. This is what we're gonna look like. Let's frickin' go. Okay. Ooh, I'm awkward today. Anyway, where were we? Yeah. Wow. Come on, Keith. Yeah, well, too late now. What else are you gonna get? Oh yeah. At the CV Club. I digress. Where are we? Where do we get to? And I'm gonna be nationalities and what else? Blah, 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 blah. I hate myself for this. Shh. Good luck chopping that down.